MidiEnglish Primary, Classroom Teaching and Home Learning. Classroom Teaching. How to conduct a lesson. The teacher is required to read the lesson guide and prepare the lesson in advance. For this sample lesson, refer to Lesson Guide 3A, Unit 1, Mr. Presto, Week 1, Lesson 1. Next, the teacher has to learn to sing the song and read through the storybook to familiarize himself or herself with the story. Note down pictures or words to highlight during storytelling and come up with questions to ask about the story. Tuning in. Tuning in. Sing the theme song. Select Sing to Me to listen to the song. To run through the lyrics of the song, click the musical note at the right-hand corner of the multimedia slide. Learn to sing the whole song or the chorus first if the song is too long. Storytelling. Storytelling. Picture walk. For storybooks that are to be read for the first time, introduce the story through a picture walk. Read the title, look at just the pictures, and try to guess what's happening in the story. This gives students a good basis for understanding the story before they start. To proceed through the pages of the book, select Read and Record. Look carefully at each picture and ask questions relating to the pictures. Coming to the end of the book, and if applicable, ask students how they think the story will end. Generate interest in the story and allow for discussion where students can engage their prior knowledge or experience. Storytelling. Listen to the story. After the picture walk, listen to the story. Click Read to Me. Students listen to the story without interruption to simply enjoy the story and discover the pleasures of reading. Repeat if necessary. Optional. If the students show interest or readiness, invite them to read aloud after the pre-recorded voiceover during this first lesson. Language activities. Language activities. Learn vocabulary words. Introduce the vocabulary words in the story. First, listen to all the words without interruption. Click the down arrow button to proceed to the next word. Invite students to say the words and pay attention to the pronunciation of words. Repeat listening and saying the words again if necessary. The sentences provided show the context of the words being used. To review the vocabulary words, teacher says a word and invites a student to point to the picture of the word. Alternatively, teacher points to a picture or word and student says the word. For words that are action words, act out the words. Another activity to review the vocabulary words is to play the I Spy game. Teacher describes a picture and student identifies it. For example, I spy something that I can use to wipe my mouth. Handkerchief. Spell vocabulary words. The teacher can choose to play this spelling game as a group or individually. To play as a group, divide students into two groups. Each group takes turns to spell the words. Record their scores, and the group with the higher score wins. To play individually, invite a child to identify or spell a vocabulary word. He or she shall invite the next person to identify or spell the next word. To make the spelling game easier, spell the word on a whiteboard for the student to refer to, or give a few possible answers on the whiteboard for them to select and spell. There are many more language activities within the unit to help students acquire language skills. These activities will be introduced to students at various stages of learning within the unit of study. Activity books. Activity books. Each semester of study comes with activity books for both school practice and homework assignments. The curriculum is carefully structured to ensure students acquire the key skills in listening, speaking, writing, and reading. Set aside some time for students to complete their activity book pages in class and assign some pages as homework to reinforce their learning. Suggested pages for classwork and home practice are stated in the lesson guides. Reading practice. Reading practice. It is recommended that teachers set aside some time before the end of the class for students to practice reading with their own storybooks. For struggling readers, create a buddy reading system. Get a stronger reader to partner and sit beside a weaker reader in the classroom. Whenever the weaker reader is invited to read aloud, the stronger reader reads with him or her. At home, create a homeschool collaboration system whereby teacher and parents work together to help the student. Every week, record down a list of words that the student has difficulty reading. Communicate to parents that they are required to set aside some reading time every day to read the book and the list of words with their child. Downloadable teaching resources. Downloadable teaching resources. For more information about how to conduct a specific lesson, refer to the individual lesson guides and the pre-lesson guide with activity ideas and a suggested reading plan. They are available for download on the MidiEnglish website's resources page after the teacher's login. Teachers can also find the program scope and sequence, word lists, and pre-entry tests on the same webpage. Home learning. Apart from storybooks and activity book pages set aside as homework, MidiEnglish Primary comes with a set of companion apps to facilitate home learning for students. To allow students to access the home learning apps, teachers have to create student accounts for their students. Teachers log in to the MidiEnglish website and access the school administration webpage to do so. To learn how to set up student accounts, refer to the instruction manual or video tutorial online administration guide on the resources page. An email will be sent to each student user with the system-generated password after teachers have created the student accounts. The student will use his or her email address as user ID and the given password to access the apps. App activities. App activities. Read. Students can choose Read to Me to listen to the stories or Read by Myself to practice reading themselves. The keywords on each page are highlighted to enable students to learn the pronunciation and meaning of the words. Sing. Accompanying the stories are songs that introduce the stories. Students learn as they sing along to the songs. Play. Quizzes such as vocabulary, comprehension, and language use exercises as included in each unit to improve students' language proficiency. Teachers at school can also add and customize more quizzes and have them uploaded for students to do at home using the quiz creation tool. To learn how to create additional quizzes for the home learning apps, please refer to the video tutorial Quiz Creation Tool for Teachers. They are available for download on the MidiEnglish website's resources page after teachers log in. Say. The built-in speech recognition function enables students to practice reading words and sentences. The features are very helpful in improving pronunciation and reading skills through self-practice. Student progress charts. Student progress charts. At the end of each speech training activity, teachers and parents can easily track their child's progress using the student progress charts. For quizzes, a student's progress can be tracked via the score chart on the app's menu page. Click on the Quiz Score function to see the score achieved in each quiz, the Chart by Category function to track a student's score in each category over different units, and the Chart by Unit function to see which category the student is stronger or weaker at in a particular unit of study. On the school administration webpage, under the Student Reports tab, teachers can also track the quiz scores by the class as a whole or by an individual student. In addition, teachers are able to view performance charts, comparing a student's score with the class average, and thus enabling teachers to assess and help a student who is weak in a particular category or area of study.